different countries. We're going to do 80 million in revenue this year. If you look at Eager and Larissa, amazing couple. They immigrated to the United States 3 years ago. English, not 3 years ago, a few years more than that. But they speak three languages, right? English is their third language. And, she had a bakery. He had a construction/painting business. They have 6 kids. They homeschool, living paycheck to paycheck like so many other families. But they got involved with our company, and guys, in less than 3 years, they're now over $1 million per year in income. Now, I say that not to impress you, but to impress upon you that clearly this company is growing rapidly because we're doing things in travel that have never been done before. Now, to digress for a moment, for my wife, Gina, and I, we raised our 3 girls in California. We had a daughter that played college softball. In fact, you might see the softball over my shoulder up there. And she, set the home run record at her college. I mean, she had this incredible, collegiate career. And so as a parent, naturally, you don't want to miss a single game. You don't want to miss a single home run. So we were traveling the country to catch all her college games. We were living in hotels, living in rental cars. As you can imagine, this is getting expensive. So we were receptive to the idea of saving money on travel. Found out about the program, said, hey, let's give it a shot. Next thing you know, we're booking travel, 50% off, 70% off. I mean, we're saving a bloody fortune. Well, as the other parents found out about the rates we were paying versus the rates they were paying, they're like, wait a minute, how'd you get that rate? I'm like, it's this travel thing we joined. They're like, what travel thing and how do we join, right? Sorry about that, guys. So, what travel thing and how do we join? So we told the other sports parents how they could save big time money on travel just like us. Well, guys, I mean, next thing you know, they were saving money, and then they were posting on social media, not just where they had been, but how much money they had saved, which caused their friends and family to say, wait a minute, how did you get that rate? It's this travel thing we joined. Well, guys, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. It spreads across the country and then across the world. And so today, my wife and I have customers in 78 different countries, which just mind-boggling. Because, I grew up in Champaign, Illinois. That's the heart of farmland, okay? I spent my summers on the farm. Literally on the farm in Iowa. I'd never seen an ocean until I was almost 30 years old. Never saw a mountain until the same time. I'd never been out of the country until just a couple of years ago, unless you count Jamaica and Mexico. And so, it's not like I'm some big international, person here. But so I say that to let you know that it is not us that's causing all of this growth. It's not because we speak multiple languages. We don't. We barely speak one language, English. It is the power of showing people how to do the one thing they've always dreamed of doing, but at a price they never even knew was remotely possible. And so as the customer base exploded, our income exploded. We got to the place that we were making just as much from this company as my wife was earning on her full-time job at the Kohl's department store. She'd been there 20 years. She was the O1 manager at a $20 million store with 120 employees, and we're making more money part-time on the travel thing than she's, making at the Kohl's department store. Well, the next thing you knew, we were making twice as much from the travel company. Then we were making 3 times as much. Then we were making 5 times as much. We got to the place we were earning 10 times as much from the travel companies my wife was earning at the Kohl's department store. And so she said, you know what? I'm starting to have some back problems. I got my buddy Harlan here tonight. I learned this from him. I'm starting to have some back problems, right? I just don't see myself coming back. And so she quit her job. Guys, today we travel, vacation, have fun. And it seems like the more fun we have, the more money we make. And as you've been learning throughout the week, in the last couple of weeks, guys, our story's not unique. Last night we had Tanya Anderkoff on here, a single mom, working 2 full-time jobs. She got involved in the company. Guys, she's making a couple $100,000 a year. The night before that, we had Alex. He grew up in the refugee camps in Africa, had no running water, no electricity. Comes to the United States, doesn't even speak English, learns to speak English. He had $700 in his checking account with a pregnant wife, gets involved in our company. 5 months later, is making $21,000 a month. You're going to hear from Ambassador Harlan Hall tonight, his story. Everywhere you look, people are winning in a big, big, big way. And again, I say that not to impress you, but to impress upon you that this model that we're bringing to the travel industry, it's new, it's fresh, it's unique, it's long overdue, and people freaking love it. And if you decide to become a participant, you can save a huge amount of money on travel. You can earn free travel. We'll be documenting that. And then finally, if you so choose, you can partner with our company, turn fun into fortune, passion into profit. But guys, back to the company. We have offices on 3 different continents. We have customer service in multiple languages. We've paid out tens of millions of dollars in commissions all around the globe. The paychecks go out on time, every time, as they have for the past 13 years. And so our company's in its 13th year. Our CEO and founder and his lovely wife there on the screen, they are world-class entrepreneurs. In fact, Mr. David Hart was a finalist for Entrepreneur of the Year, Inc. magazine. So that's not me saying that. That's Inc. magazine, one of the most prestigious business publications in the United States, says, hey, this guy's one of the better entrepreneurs on the planet. Now, he's going into the single largest industry in the world, travel. By the way, the travel industry is currently twice the size as the oil industry. And according to Bloomberg Finance, in the next 9 years, travel will become 3 times the size as the gas and oil industry. It is massive. Why? It's the one thing everybody wants to do. And you can do your own market research. Just go out and ask the next 20 people you bump into, hey, tell me about your bucket list. Tell me about the list of things you want to do, before you die. And you're going to hear people mention all of these different travel destinations. And you're like, well, if these are your dreams, why don't you go? And the answer is always the same. Well, I can't afford it. Hey, what if I could show you how to book that trip right now? 30, 50, 70% off. Better yet, if I could show you this new company coming out, where not only could you book the trip for half the price, but if you work with the company, you could go on that trip completely for free. It would cost you nothing, nada, goose egg, zilch, zip, zero, cero dinero. It translates in every language. If it's for free, it is definitely for me. And guys, that's what we're showing people how to do. And that's why the company's blowing up. Now, here on the screen, you can see that we've got resorts, hotels, cruises, car rentals, parks, tours, activities, entertainment, show tickets, concert tickets, NFL tickets, Disney, Six Flags, museums. You want to go to the movies, or you want to go on excursions, or you're eating out, eat to dinner tonight. Guys, you're going to save so much money because you're going to be able to book it better than travel agent rates on all of those things. You're going to save so much money that you're going to save more money just in the miscellaneous than it even cost for the biggest membership that we have as a company. Well, guys, understand that the biggest membership we have is going to give you 2 vacations a year. We're talking 4 and 5-star vacations. You're going to be going on one of those kind of vacations every 6 to 7 months. But if I'm saving more money on the membership than it even costs, what's the membership cost to me? Nothing. That means I'm getting the vacations and they cost you how much? Say it. That's right. Nothing. And that's why the company's booming. And that's just one of 5 ways we're going to show you how you can travel the planet basically for free. Now, know this, when you book travel with our company, you are absolutely positively guaranteed to save money every single time. In fact, we have a 110% price match guarantee. If you can find a rate lower than ours on any public site, good luck with that. But if you do, get fired up, send it into the company. Not only will they match the rate, they're going to refund 10%. And guys, it's an incredible program. Now, let me get into the documentation side of our business. And this is the side-by-side, pricing demonstration. And there on the screen on the right, that's Expedia. On the left, that's us. Now, I know it's on a PowerPoint. I know it's a little small. I know that for some of us, we may have to put on our readers, right, and get a little close and look at the screen. But if you do, okay, yeah, that's the same hotel. Okay, that's the same week. That's the same room. That's the same everything. And then you look at the price, you're like, wait a minute, hold on. How could this be the same place? How is that even possible? You guys are half the price. I mean, how are you guys getting a better rate than Expedia? And the answer, guys, is that we do not. We do not have a better rate than Expedia. We have a better business model. So Expedia is doing the old, tired out, worn out model of they take the wholesale price of $2,300. Everyone's got access to that same price. And then they jack it up to $4,400. Then they go run tens of millions of dollars in commercials on television. And then they bought up every travel site you can think of so that when you price shop, all you see is $4,400. And if you call the hotel directly, they don't dare undercut the big boys who give them all their business. The hotel has to match the same rate as Expedia and Booking.com, or they'll get cut off. And there's this kind of price collusion that's happening in the travel space. And guys, we're bringing a new model. We're bringing what I call the Netflix model to the travel industry. If you think about Netflix, they don't make money selling movies. They make money selling a membership that allows you to watch an unlimited number of movies. That model was so popular that Apple Music changed their model. They used to sell music. They don't anymore. They now sell a membership that lets you listen to an unlimited amount of music. Spotify, Pandora copied that same model. Guys, we're taking that model, the Netflix model, and rather than applying it to the $15 billion music industry, how about we apply it to the $15 trillion travel industry? So as a company, we don't make money selling travel. We make money selling a membership that allows you to book travel with no markup. Hence, you're booking 30, 50, 70% less. Here's one more example, their price versus our price. Again, you might have to put on the readers and get a little close, but hey, it's the same hotel, the same date, the same room, the same everything. And then you see that $3,000 price difference. Now, if you come on board with our company and you become a partner, you are going to have the ability to hand out our travel site completely for free. Now, let's assume you give it to your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, your next door neighbor, you give it to a coworker. And then they go and they go on there and they compare it to Expedia. Now, they can't save as much money as you and I. You just gave them the site completely for free. They're not members. They're getting to, piggyback on your membership, but they can save half as much as you and I. So they don't get to save $3,000. They get to save $1,500. But if you save your father-in-law, your mother-in-law $1,500, you just became their new favorite son-in-law. You became their new favorite daughter-in-law. Hey, that's my number one right there, right? I mean, you are now back on the A-party list. And so you just saved your friend, your coworker, whoever, $1,500 compared to Expedia. You go check your Chavorian back office, and guess what? You just earned up to $1,500 in free travel, free airline tickets, free hotels, free excursions, rental cars, shopping, dining, or you know what, just send me an Amazon gift card, right? That's the number 2 way that you can travel the world for free. Now, we happen to have 44 cruise lines, their price, our price. Again, guys, we can sit and do this all night long, hotel by hotel, car rental by car rental, cruise by cruise, excursions and Six Flags and Disney and show tickets and concert tickets. And it's the same thing all night long. We are saving people a literal fortune. That's why the company's booming. Now, as good as all that is, that's not the main thing we do, okay? The main thing we do is what I'm about to show you next. It's our Dreamcation platform. And this is where we can show anybody, anywhere, any budget, how to have a dream vacation every single year. We're talking 4- and 5-star vacations. And guys, most people have never been on one. I hadn't. I'd never been to a JW Marriott. I'd never been to a Ritz-Carlton. I'd never been to the Grand Hyatt. I mean, growing up as kids, we were lucky to go to a campground that had a shower at it. We thought that was bougie. And so, I mean, and a lot of people, more people are in my category than in that other category. But guys, you come on board, and not only are you going to be traveling the world for basically free, you're going to be going to 4- and 5-star places, the kind of places that most people only dreamed of going to. Now, I want to make it clear. We are not a timeshare, guys. Hashtag never, ever, ever buy a timeshare. There's no contracts. There's no penalties. There's no blackout dates. There's no presentations. You don't have to become a travel agent. We're bringing a completely new model that people love. It's user-friendly. It's simple. You can join anytime you want, quit anytime you want, and in between, there's nothing but amazing trips at prices you're just not going to believe. In fact, let me show you some of the kind of trips. Maybe you want to go to the Canary Islands. In fact, our CEO and founder, he's worth $100 million. He can travel anywhere to any place he wants. But guys, 2-3 weeks ago, he used our getaway booking, and he went to the Canary Islands, to this very place, and he was there for 7 nights, 8 days for $7. By the way, he just got back, literally yesterday, from Cabo San Lucas. He was at a 5-star resort. It's called Cabo Blank. We're recording, so I can't name the place. But it's not Cabo Green. It's not Cabo Red. It's not Cabo Yellow. It's not Cabo Brown. It's not Cabo Black, but it's a color I didn't mention and a Spanish word, right? 5-star resort. The rooms go for $3,000 a week. He was there for $250 with a 2-bedroom suite. I mean, guys, all over the world. You want to go to Orlando? Take your kids, get the 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, full kitchen, living room, dining room, flat screen TV, these kind of places. You're there for $142. And guys, we have 360,000 weeks, just like I described, right this very moment. There's no blackout dates, no lack of places to go. Now, as good as all of that is, the signature thing we do is our world tours. And I'll give you an example. I was just at a world tour in Algarve, Portugal. Guys, the place is out of this world. They have a Rolex store in the middle of the hotel. The rooms go for $800 per night. It's right on the ocean. They have these huge cliffs, and you can take the elevator down to the ocean or the stairs. And then when you're down there and you look back, there's just these cliffs that go straight up, and there's this orangish red color. I mean, it's like art. It's just like, that is the most unbelievable, majestic thing I've ever seen. Out there on the edge of the cliff, they got the champagne bar. Again, it is a 5-star out of this world place. You can go there for $99. Now, you might think that, wow, I mean, right there on the ocean in a place that goes for $800 a night, 5-star, man, no wonder you're going. You were there for $99, but as good as that sounds, when you go on a world tour, and you're never going to fully understand this until you go. But when you go on a world tour, they're at preset dates, preset locations. We have people that come from all over the world. And so you're going to be there with your friends, your family. You're going to meet a lot of other people you've never met before. But they're from every country you can think of, from Belgium and France and the UK and Spain and Romania and Morocco and Papua New Guinea. You're like, Papua New Guinea? Papua New Guinea, that's a country? Where's that even at? You guys have a bobsled team? I mean, you're going to meet people from places you never even heard of. And at the end of the day, you're going to end up with friends all over the world. And it's going to be like the most epic experience. You're like, okay, Todd, I get it. I thought it was about the place and the price, but it's not. It's about this connection and this shared experience with my friends, my family, and now my extended family, the Trevorian family, people that I'm meeting from around the world, but they're like-minded people. And again, it's the most incredible thing. It's an experience you simply cannot buy online. But whether you want to go to Venice, Italy, you want to go to Vail, Colorado, you want to go to Algarve, Portugal, you want to go to France, you want to go to Dubai, guys, we got places all over the world. And you go to Dubai. Look at that, for $7. You go to Venice, Italy, $259. You go to Montego Bay. In fact, my buddy Harlan Hall, 1-star Ambassador Hall, going to be here in 2 seconds. He took his whole team to that very resort, Montego Bay. I mean, he had the jacuzzi tub right out there. I mean, ocean view, sitting in his jacuzzi, just look at the beautiful blue ocean. I mean, the room was out of this world. All the food, all the drinks, 5-star, everything included, him and his spouse for less than $600. You want to go to Las Vegas, Nevada? How about for less than $4 per night? You want to go to the beaches of Hawaii, $100 a day. You want to go to Manhattan. You want to go to Qatar, where we have a hotel. Can't tell you the name of it, but you would all know the name of it. I said, you're like, oh yeah, everybody knows that place. You hear it in the movies, right? I've never been in one, but everyone knows the name of that place. You see it in the movies, and this is where all the wealthy people go. It got voted as one of the nicest hotels in the entire world, and you can go there for $359, 5 days, breakfast and dinner included. And guys, we have 3 levels of membership. We got our small, our medium, and then the one that everyone actually buys. The small, $52 a month. Now, what am I getting for $52 a month? You're getting to book it better than travel agent rates on hotels, cruises, rental cars, all that type of stuff. But let me translate that. My buddy Jeff Miner recently rented a truck. And guys, he saved $1,400 on his truck rental on one single transaction. He just paid for 2.5 years of membership at the smallest membership. He paid for almost 2 years of the medium membership, and he almost paid for the biggest membership we even have off one car rental. Now remember, the biggest membership we have gives you 2 vacations a year, and I paid for the dang thing with one car rental. And so when you understand the economics of our program, this is not about spending money. This is about saving money, making money, traveling the world for free, creating those memories that last a lifetime, and none of it is going to come out of your already stretched family budget. Now, our medium membership, it's only $22 more per month. Now, what am I getting for the extra $22? How about one 4- and 5-star vacation every year? Now, if you do the medium membership, the pricing is not quite as sexy as I showed you in the presentation. So if you want to go to the Canary Islands, like our CEO founder did, he had the platinum, he had the best membership. Well, I only got the medium. So he got to go there for $1 per night. For you, well, it's $14 a night. You're like, that's still a great deal. I know. $14 a night at a five-star hotel. I mean, who are you kidding here? That's great. I get one vacation a year at that kind of pricing, which is still great. It's just not as good as platinum. And then we have the platinum membership where I'm getting the 2 vacations every year at the tier one pricing. And guys, you're going to save so much more money. The membership is not going to cost you one single dime. You're going to hand out the travel site. And oh, by the way, if you go tell 3 other people how they can legitimately save big time money on travel, at that moment, you are now earning more in commission from our company because you referred 3 people than it even costs for the membership. And they just take your membership cost straight out of your commissions. Now, guys, that is so difficult to do that my friend Trudy, who's here all the time, almost every night from Barbados, she did it in 24 hours. I mean, her first 24 hours got my 3. Congratulations, Trudy. You now have 2 vacations a year completely for free. I mean, it's like every one of you could do the same thing. Now, to do the platinum membership, it's $269 one time only. And then 30 days later, we'll charge you the $135 per month. Now, that's unless you get 3 people, at which point your commissions are paying your $135 per month. Now, if you want to make money, you want to come on board and be a partner, that is a one-time annual decision of $99. It gets you your replicated website, your ID number, the tracking, the training, Trevorian University, all those kind of things. But better yet, it gives you a home-based business. Now, when you go see your local CPA, like my friend Willie Ann did, you're going to find out you can write off your house, spouse, kids, meals, travel, entertainment, cell phones, miles on your automobile. Your own CPA is going to inform you, not my CPA, your own tax professional is going to inform you that you are going to save 4 to 5 times as much in taxes, real money in your pocket, as it even costs for the membership. And you're like, yeah, but I got to pay that $135 a month. They're like, hello, it's not costing you $135 a month. It's making you $400 to $500 per month because you're saving so much in taxes because you now have a business. And so when you begin to understand the economics, guys, it's not about spending money. It's about saving money, making money. I just showed you now the 4th way. You can travel the world basically for free, and you can validate every single bit of that. And then from there, you can decide to tap into our compensation program. And we use a model called incentivized sharing. And so the big travel companies spend tens of millions of dollars on commercials, which nobody watches anymore. And then people go there and they book and they jack the rates up. We brought a different model. We have the Netflix model. People can book for half the price. And then we give the customer a huge incentive, to share their savings on social media, to share their savings with their friends and family. Guys, we have never, ever advertised, not even one time as a company. And yet we're doubling in size every 8 to 12 months because we are blowing the customers away. We're giving them such an amazing deal. They're proud to share that with their friends and family. It spreads like wildfire. And the bigger that customer base gets, the bigger the check our company's going to write you every single week. And guys, it begins by just telling 3, right? Let's assume that you went out there and you told me and you told Harlan Hall, who's about to be here in 2 seconds, right? If you got me on the left and Harlan Hall on the right, you're done. I mean, you're going to make yourself $500,000 to $700,000 a year from here on out, forevermore. Enjoy your life, right? All because you got me and Harlan Hall. You got 2 people, and you are going to sail into the sunset. You don't need everybody, guys. You just need 2 of the right people. And so we have a 2-legged system. Now, let's assume that you bring on me, you bring on Harlan Hall. Well, then you bring on Willie Ann, and you put Willie Ann down below Harlan Hall. Well, Harlan doesn't know Willie Ann, and Willie Ann doesn't know Harlan. But if Willie Ann goes out and builds a big business, what she's doing, guess what? Harlan's like, man, go Willie Ann, go, because Harlan's going to override every bit of that volume infinitely deep. Well, then let's say you bring on Benicia, and you put Benicia down below me. Now, I know Benicia, and I know she got it going on, right? And Benicia's built a big old team, and if she does that, even though I didn't sponsor her, she was just put down below me, I'm going to make money off all of those people as it spreads all over the entire world. So you got 4 people. We all go out and tell a couple of people each. You go on vacation, right? You're going on vacation. You come back from vacation, found out that your 4 people told 2 people each. You're like, oh my gosh, while I was on vacation, I went from earning more than I'm spending to now I'm earning a minimum of $300 a month. Some of you are going to be making $700 a month. Most of you are in that $500 to $600 per month range. Well, from there, your 8 customers on each side tell a couple people each. You got 25 customers on the left, 25 customers on the right. You're now making a minimum of $750 a month. And some of you are making $2,000 per month. Now, we had a gentleman, Pastor Guy Taylor. He's out of Memphis, Tennessee. And I mean, amazing guy. Could have been a TV dad. He just had this, professorial, persona about him. And he had just such wisdom. And he was a pastor, and he was very kind-hearted and gentle, but very wise. But Pastor Guy had a lot of health issues. He needed a kidney transplant and some other kind of things. But he got involved in our company. Him and his incredible wife, Ambassador Deborah Taylor. And they were traveling and having fun. In fact, his name was Guy Taylor. So they went by Travel Guy and Travel Girl. They were living in resorts and visiting home. Friends and family were like, man, what are you doing? We're doing this travel thing. You got to come do it. And so he built this little business, got 25 on the left, 25 on the right, making a couple of grand a month, having a good time. Bought himself this brand new dream truck. And I'm so glad he did all those things, because a short time later, he passed away. And so Pastor Guy goes to be in heaven. Well, that $2,000 per month check coming in, that check doesn't go away just because he did. That check keeps coming in every single month. The only question is, who's the check go to? Is it going to go to his wife, his kids, his grandkids, his church, his football team, his dog, his cat, his goldfish? It goes to whoever you leave it to. In this case, he left it to his granddaughters, Ava and Gracie. They were 4 years old and 6 years old. And of course, Ava and Gracie, they're too young to run a business. They're 4 and 6. So the money goes into a trust account every month and gets invested on their behalf. Well, all of those customers for Pastor Guy, they were sad he was gone, but they were saving money. And they kept traveling, they kept saving money, and they kept posting on social media. And next thing you know, those 25 on each side told a couple people each. Next thing you know, Pastor Guy's got 63 customers on the left leg and 63 customers on the right leg. He's now making a minimum of $2,000 a month. And for most of you, you're going to be making $3,000 to $4,000 a month. So Pastor Guy passes away, but his check not only keeps coming in, his check is going up. Well, then his 63 customers on each side told one person each. Now Pastor Guy was making $3,000 to $5,000 a month. Well, then they told one person each. Now Pastor Guy was making $9,000 to $12,000 a month. And then they told one person each. And Pastor Guy is currently a 1-star ambassador, about to become a 2-star ambassador. He's on the verge of a multiple 6-figure income since he died. He was only making $2,000 a month when he went to be with the Lord. That check's gone from $2,000 a month, $24,000 a year, to almost $200,000 a year. That's the kind of model we represent. That's what's happening over here. And some people say, oh, what about this? What about that? Hey, you know what I know? Over here, people are traveling for less. People are traveling for free, and people that are not even alive are winning, making more money than you. If you can't beat them, join them. Are you hungry for a change? Are you looking for something better? And guess what? As that team keeps building, the check goes all the way up to $100,000 a month, and you're not capped there. We got Eager and Larissa. They ain't even been here 3 years yet, and they're over $100,000 per month. Now, guys, everyone's on their own journey. Not everyone's going to go do that kind of money that quickly. In fact, most aren't. Okay, but can I go out there and build a business where I'm traveling for less, I'm traveling for free, and I'm making more money than I'm currently making at my life-sucking job? And the answer is an unequivocal yes. And what I want to do is get out of the way, and I want to bring on our special guest tonight. This guy, by the way, he's absolutely incredible, because not only is he a 1-star ambassador, but he did that working part-time. He's not even full-time in the business yet, making a couple $100,000 a month on the side, in addition to all the other things he does. But guys, make no mistake about it, he will become a 5-star ambassador, an executive chairman. He's got a team, they call it Team We. Team who? Team We. And we're going to hear him this weekend in Las Vegas, Nevada. So Mr. Harlan Hall, we are honored that you could be on here tonight. You're so busy doing travel parties most nights. It's difficult to get you on here, but I know that you're in Vegas right now. And you're getting, by the way, you're in Vegas, get ready to go to a travel party.
Yes, I am.
but you're on West Coast time, so we can get you on the call tonight. So Harlan, for everyone that's watching tonight live, for everyone that'll watch this on a recorded version, I mean, maybe just kind of, back up in your background and who you were and what you did and why you got excited, and how did you become so successful working just part-time?
So, first, Todd, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to even share my experience with Trevorium. It's breathtaking. It's unbelievable. I got started just a little under 2 years ago. I myself grew up in Washington D.C. and I was chasing money, right? Because I was just, I was going from job to job to job to job, and it was interesting because I would always quit one job to go to the next job because it would pay me like $10 more, right? And I thought that was the way to actually find the financial freedom, or be at least having, a lot of money to be able to take care of myself and my family. But I found that that absolutely was not the case. Um, it, I am now 55 years young. It took me to age 51 to get to six figures on my 9 to 5 job, and still living paycheck to paycheck, because in the DC area it's expensive to live in the DC area, and then having kids and everything. So when I got introduced to this opportunity to two friends of mine, Don and Paul Scales, who by the way have traveled over 20% of the globe, they showed this to me and I got excited. One, because I knew I wanted to travel much more, couldn't afford to really do it, but when they showed me the platform, I said, well, I can afford $9 to go to Dubai. I can afford, $529 to go to Mexico. I can afford $579 to go to Jamaica. We went to Jamaica and stayed in a 5-star all-inclusive, $579 total for two people, and that trip was $4,000 outside of our platform. And so it became a no-brainer to me. And I decided I wanted to share this with as many people as I could. Not the fact that I was chasing the money to do it, it's because I knew so many people that deserve to experience life. God put so much on the face of this earth for us to have an opportunity to see, but most people never get a chance to see it because they can't afford to do it. This platform has made it so that now we actually can travel all over the world, have fun on pennies on a dollar. And so that right there is what escalated my income, is because I was gracious enough to share this with a bunch of people. I am now making a six-figure income, almost $200,000 a year part-time, by sharing this. I still have my 9 to 5 job. That's what's interesting, right? I still have it. And I bring home and make more money doing this than I do on my regular 9 to 5 job. And again, it's through having fun and sharing it with other people. And that's my story, Todd, and it's absolutely unbelievable.
Harlan, when you think about, again, not only the fun you're having, the money you're making, the lives you're impacting, but then you got your good buddy, Chris Bailey. You guys are, I mean, the best of pals, the best of friends, and you're getting to build it with him. And of course, he just went ambassador, which means
Right.
he's changing. You're not just changing your life. You've already changed his life and his fiance's life and all the other kinds of people, right? And so, even just from a human side, I mean, besides the money and the fun, being able to do it with the people you care about the most and be able to, be with them and have an impact on them. If you don't mind touching on that just for a moment.
Absolutely, and it's funny because look, right behind me. I'm with a lot of them, all right?
Yeah.
But
Hi, everybody.
right. So what's incredible about that is you're right. One thing, the guy Chris Bailey that you actually mentioned, he had been in the industry for 20 years. And he had never worked a 9 to 5 job after he got involved in the industry. And I learned from him. He became like a mentor to me. So I actually introduced this to him. And this was the key. This is what really set it off for me, is that when Chris saw it and I sent him a video to see it, he literally quit the business that he was in, that he had been in for a while, because he said that in all his 20 years of being in the industry, he had never in his life seen anything like this. And he literally quit over there and started from zero to come over here. And now he's making six figures. And he did that in just about a year. And he is loving it. In addition to that, I have about 110 people that's getting paid every single day in this opportunity. It's the best thing I've ever seen. And we're going to continue to win.
Yeah, guys, I tell people all the time, if you get involved in our company, you're going to go through 4 phases of what I call Trevorium. When you first join, it's about travel savings, and guys, it is. People are booking stuff 50% off all day long, all over the place, all over the world, okay? And the travel savings is great. And then you go on the world tours, and you're experiencing I got my friends here, my family here, and I'm meeting all these amazing people. I'm meeting a Harlan Hall and a Chris Bailey. I mean, I'm meeting like-minded people, and you get this big, gigantic Trevorian family. You're like, man, at first I thought it was about travel savings, but man, you know what? It's about this connection to like-minded people. It's this incredible family that I'm building. And you think it's about that. Then you start making money, and you're like, I thought it was about travel savings. I thought it was about, this family connection, but you know what? It's about the money. It's about the money. And that is until having people like Harlan Hall and Chris Bailey and other people that they're changing their lives. And if you hadn't done what you did, then they wouldn't have their lives changed. This is going to happen to all of you. If you'll stick with us, people are going to come up to you and say, you know what, Ed, you've changed my life. Ed, you have changed my life. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And when you get a couple of people coming up and saying that to you, you're like, wow. I mean, you don't even know what to say. You're like, you realize it's not about just travel savings. It's not just about traveling with your family. It's not about the money. It's about the impact that you can have on other human beings all over the world. It occurred to me last night because we had Ambassador Tanya Andikoff on here, and she made the comment because obviously I think a lot of you know that I sponsored Tatiana, who sponsored her, and then that's our entire Russian team. And she's like, Todd, I mean, if you hadn't have done that, I mean, I would still be working jobs. And I mean, she was a single mom working 2 full-time jobs because you changed my life. And it's just like you realize, wow, I mean, you can impact other people in other countries and other languages you don't even speak. And it's just such an incredible, humbling, like, wow. And guys, it is the most enriching experience when you become part of our company. And so my wish for every single one of you is that you'll, do whatever due diligence you got to do. Go meet with your CPA, find out about the tax savings. You can hop on a live pricing demonstration with Harlan and Chris Bailey and Daryl and Maria. I mean, there's all kinds of amazing presentations almost every night in our company. You can validate everything we talked about tonight. But guys, don't outthink it. Just get started, right? Just get started. It costs hardly anything to get started. And your worst case scenario is you're taking a couple of amazing vacations every year. But for most of you, it's going to be the journey of a lifetime. And you can look back and say, that was one of the greatest things that ever happened to me. And I almost said no. I almost got my own way. I almost got talked out of it, right? And guys, there's a lot of us here that's the case. But thank you, Lord, that I took action. And my gosh, look what's happened since then. Harlan, thank you so much for hopping on tonight. I can't wait to see you, my friend. This entire weekend is going to be incredible. But thank you for taking some of your precious time. I know you're in Las Vegas right now traveling. Guys, show him some love, show him some hearts. And
hey, yep, everybody, listen. Todd said it. All you are is a decision away from changing your life. That's it. One decision away. So we look forward to everybody joining Todd. Thank you so much. We're gonna go and do what the people want us to do out here in Las Vegas. We can't wait to see you, buddy. This thing is absolutely incredible. And bye-bye for now, all right?
All right, guys. Say have a great night, guys. No, I'll check with Curtis. I'll send out a text tomorrow if Curtis can be here. But we got all the events happening. I think Curtis is traveling. Tomorrow night, we got the ambassador dinner. So there's a good chance there will be no call at 5 o'clock tomorrow night. But I will be doing the corporate call at 6 o'clock, right? So I'll be doing a call, but not on the Zoom link. I'll be doing it on the corporate Zoom link. And that's 841-677-481. I'm going to put that in the chat right now. Hold on. We're going to go 841-677-481. Now, again, this is at 6 o'clock California time. So you guys got on this call at 5 o'clock California time, 8 o'clock East Coast time. So the call tomorrow is 1 hour later. It is 6 o'clock California time, 9 o'clock if you're on the East Coast, 8 o'clock if you're in Chicago, 7 o'clock if you're in Denver. So 6 o'clock California, 9 o'clock New York. That'll be tomorrow night on the link I just put in the message, 841-677-481. But guys, there's going to be no training call on Saturday. We got the huge national event happening in Las Vegas, Nevada. People coming in from all over the world. It is going to be nonstop. Wish every single one of you could be with us. Not too late to make a decision, guys. They don't start till Friday at 9 a.m. And you can hop a plane. You can hop a train. If you're on the West Coast, you can even get on a bicycle and be here by the time we get started, right? But guys, it's worth it to come if you haven't decided to. But otherwise, you're going to be hearing all about it, starting on Sunday night, Fireside Chat Monday. But hey, guys, have a great night. See you tomorrow night. Till then, God bless. Bye, everybody.